you must be interested to know what are 8 art habits that I wish I would have known 14 years ago when I started really diving in to improve my art ability. So let me share those 8 habits with you. When you're just getting started with any type of new project, new art, or any new type of subject that you're learning about, you're going to feel uncomfortable. So I wish someone would have told me early on that if you're feeling uncomfortable getting started, guess what? You're like the rest of us. You're completely normal. That uncomfortable feeling is important because it allows you to know that you are expanding your growth. So I highly recommend that if you feel like you're starting and you're feeling uncomfortable, don't worry about it. It's totally natural. Number 2 art habit that I wish someone would have told me is use references. Now, what I mean by using references is not just drawing from your imagination, from your brain. Totally use references, pictures, use models, use the things that are around you to help you improve in your drawing and your painting. Oftentimes, if you're only going from your imagination, usually it cannot look the way you're hoping for, especially if you're trying to do something realistic. So totally feel comfortable getting reference materials. I often look back at the old masters, ones who have painted hundreds of years ago, and they totally used references. They used tools to help them. So if they did it, why shouldn't we? We just have tons of technology to help it. Use that technology to help you prepare your painting. Number 3 is continue to learn. What I mean by that is don't be satisfied with what you currently have. Always be a learner. That can come from books, it can come from master classes, or I love YouTube University. I love watching other videos and seeing what I can learn from other artists today and those who have been around. Continue to learn in your process. And as you do that, you'll notice that your painting ability will absolutely increase and improve. Number 4, halfway through this list, is probably the most important that I have an issue personally with it. And that is, don't worry about your imperfections. Don't sweat the small stuff. As an artist, I am my worst critic. Often as I'm going through the process on painting, you will reach a portion where I call it the ugly stage of the painting. It's the part of the painting where I'm thinking, man, this is nowhere where I was hoping it would be. But don't worry, trust the process and keep going through it. For an example, I recently tried doing one to capture water on the page to get the different ripples and the effects of it reflecting against other water. And am I completely happy with it? No, but it's okay because I can go back and revisit it later on and keep working on the process. So don't worry about those small imperfections. Don't sweat the small stuff and just keep enjoying the process. Number 5 thing I wish someone would have told me when I first started getting really into art is learn the fundamentals. It is important to understand perspective. It is important to understand value. It's important to understand color connections on the color wheel. All of those aspects, the tones, all of those fundamental principles in drawing and in art are important to understand and know. So keep revisiting those fundamentals in your own process as you're painting. Number 6, mix up your mediums. Oftentimes as artists, we find something that we become comfortable with. Say for an example, watercolor. I've been doing quite a few watercolors recently, but oftentimes if I feel comfortable with it, I might want to switch things around by trying something else. I also really enjoy oil or even acrylics. Even recently with my son, we did an acrylic pour, which is a different style of painting. So if you find yourself as an artist and you're only doing single note or single tone projects with a certain medium, mix it up. Try something else. jump into a different option and see what you can learn and enjoy from that other medium. Number 7. This is something that another YouTuber recommended that I thought was absolutely imperative, especially if you're out there trying to grow and build a YouTube station. His recommendation to me was, don't worry about the numbers. Remember to draw for yourself. So if you're really interested in drawing and building a YouTube station or becoming an artist full-time, it's important for you to remember to draw for yourself. Find things that are interested to you so that you can have more passion in your painting. They said that if you're just trying to draw for your audience, what will happen is the audience will recognize it. So don't worry about the numbers. Do what you love to do, and your passion will be seen through your paintings, and then that will help you grow your YouTube station, your Instagram, or others. So don't worry about the end result, just love the process on what you're doing right now. After number 7 about painting for yourself and not worrying about the numbers, hey, if you've enjoyed the content so far, I would love if you would consider subscribing so I can help build this channel and continue to bring out great material and future ideas to help you in your painting. And now let's get on to number 8. If you're like most artists out there, or like myself, what happens is as you're going through your day-to-day life, ideas will pop into your mind, or you'll see things that you really find interested or want to capture on pictures. What I recommend is keep a sketchbook or keep a list of ideas that come to you so you can refer to them later on. Not just photographs. Photographs are so easy to do nowadays on a digital camera, which I recommend as well. Do those as well, but also write the ideas down. The reason why this is an important habit to do in your artist career is because photographs on your phone oftentimes get lost in the jumble of all the other photographs I have. So for an example, I don't just take one picture, I'll take 30 pictures of a subject. And when I come back to it, I'll forget what I was initially feeling or thinking. But if I write it down in a sketchbook, then I can jot down my ideas of why I liked that particular reference. So get a sketchbook, get some place to jot those informations down as the 8th habit for you when you're building up your art career. Thank you so very much for being able to hear these 8 habits that I've learned during my 14 years of really emphasizing and growing my art ability. I hope this helps you out. If it does, once again, please consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it, and watch for more exciting things to come here from the Marvelous McGlestons. Thanks again. Remember to share the love.